Hello, in this video I'm going to show the basic functionality of Bridje IoC. Bridje IoC is an inversion of control and dependency injection framework. It's a very simple API which allows you to create components, specify service that these components provide, and then use it in other components or find it through a method so you can use the service they provide. Okay, so in this video what I'm going to do is to show how to do this, how to use the basic functionality of this API to create application. Okay, so let's get started. First things, I'm going to use NetBeans here to demonstrate how to create a Maven application and attach the dependency to it. So in this for this example I'm going to put the name simple components. Okay, and now I'm going to attach the dependency of Bridje IoC, which you can find in here. Okay, this is the way to specify the dependency. The last version will be here. You can open the POM and put dependencies and this. Okay, so with this you can access to the functionality of the API very easily. No further dependencies are needed. The code, the source code and Java docs is on Maven Central repository, so you can check this out to find about the functionality of the framework if you want. So in my first example I'm going to create a basic main class. Okay, and next I'm going to create a component. Okay, so in the scope of Bridje IoC, a component is a simple class that you can annotate with the component annotation that the framework provides. This will make this class managed by the API, so you do not need to instantiate it or nothing like that. You can use it by finding with the standard way of finding components like this: IoC context find, and you can specify the class that you want to find. First component. Okay, and now you can do with this instance whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to print here this so you can see. So you can see that this component is created by the framework, and with this method you can find the instance of it. Okay, now you can put a score method here, for example. You can create some methods in the component, and of course you can with this instance of the component you can call the service that you need. Okay, so I'm going to buy this, run, and there you go. Okay, so this is the very basics of the framework. Of course there is a lot more functionality to it. So to show that, I'm going to create a second component. Okay, I'm going to annotate this component, and I'm going to put here a public string get name, for example. Okay, I'm going to put my name there, and I'm going to use the second component in here by using the inject annotation that the framework provides. I'm going to say that I need the second component in here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is to get the name from the second component and print that as a hello. Okay, so I'm going to build this, I'm going to run, and here is the result. Okay, so you can see that this first component is using the second component. I do not need to say to create it myself. The framework will inject an instance of this on this field, and I can use it how I want it. Okay, so this covers pretty much the very basics. Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you is the service that you can create with this. Okay, well, let's say that you don't always have access to the class itself of the component. For example, I can create, let's say, a new package here, input package, and I can move this second component to here. Okay, so I'm going to refactor. Yeah, that is not a problem yet, but maybe I would like this component to be in the package scope, not a public component. So now I do not have access to this. Okay, now what I can do is to create, let me create, for example, another package here. I'm going to put service provider interface. Okay, and I'm going to create an interface which I'm going to call name service. Right? Okay, so name service will have only one method that will return to me the name, the default name for the current person or something like that. Okay, so this will be the name service. Now I'm going to implement this service in here. Okay, this component will implement name service, and now I'm going to use this into the first component. Okay, so the first component do not have a direct reference to the implementation of the name service. I'm just going to use the name service. Okay, and you will see now that everything is working just as before. Okay, but through an interface. Okay, so in the scope of Bridje IoC, this state of interface that a component implements another component use, we call it a service. Okay, it's a very simple concept. It's just an interface that serves to bind two components together so they can work pretty nice. Okay, now, and components can be, as you can see, not public. They can be in the scope of package. Okay, so one more thing I want to discuss is that Bridje provides some methods, some useful things. For example, if you want to do some code before, let me go to first component. If I create a constructor in here, okay, the framework in this method, the set component will be null. Okay, so I can print this set component, second component. The instance here will be null because this class is creating at this time. It's being created, it's being instantiated at this time. Okay, so if I run this, you will see how it will print null before, because this is null, and then it will print the say hello. Okay, there is no problem there. But maybe you would like to do something with the second component when you initialize this class. In order to do this, we can use any method that we want. Okay, I'm going to put in here and put the post construct annotation. This is the standard post construct annotation from Java X annotation package. Okay, that the framework support, and here I can do exactly the same, but in this case you will see that second component will be okay, will be already be initialized. Okay, so you can use a method like this, another thing with post construct, so you can do something with the component when it is initialized. Okay. Okay, so next thing I want to discuss is a generic service. For example, I could have the name service to receive a parameter. Okay, so I'm going to receive here, for example, the parameter. The parameter can be any class that I want, and he will get the name for this parameter. Okay, so now I'm going to implement the name service, but in this case I'm going to put here an integer, for example. Okay, and I need to implement this method. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, if param equals to 1, then I'm going to put here. If not, if param equals 2, well, then I'm going to return another name. Okay, if not, well, I'm going to return an empty string, right? So second component now will implement name service, but the name service that he will implement is of integer type. Okay, I can have others as well that defines their own classes. Okay, and now what I would need to do is to put here name service of the integer. I'm going to let this as it is now, and I'm going to pass here 1. Okay, so this name service is of the integer. When I run this, you will see that he brings the same message in here, but if I change this parameter to 2, well, I'm going to run the project, and now you see that is a different message. Okay, so as you can see, generics are pretty well supported in the framework, and you can use it for many tasks. You don't have to inject always the same service. If I do not specify any parameter in this, well, it simply will inject any service, okay, that it will take it as the class, and now this code will still be running, because I only have one implementation of the name service, and since it is an integer, well, this will be injecting the same component in here. So you are not attached to the tape of the component. The next thing that I want to discuss is what if I have another component. For example, I have a third component. Okay. Okay, and this other component will be pretty much another name service, right? Okay, so maybe this other component and the second and the third component, well, they both implement the same interface in the same ways, and when I run this in this example, I cannot distinguish where which one will be injected in here in the net server. Even if I put an integer here, he still cannot identify which one of these two he will implement. So for this, the framework provides an annotation which is priority. Okay, this is the way that Bridje does. You can put here priority 1 to this, and to this you can put priority 2, right? Okay, so in this case this component will be the one injecting, because he has a low priority than this one. Okay, I mean a low number means a higher priority. Okay, in priority you specify a lower number, and this is the component that will precede the others that have higher priorities. Okay, so when I run this, you can see that I'm still having this component injected, but if I switch this to 0, or maybe a negative number, which is allowed to, okay, when I run this, as you will see now, okay, I'm getting high operator, which is this implementation. So this is the component that is being injected into main. Okay, so pretty much this is the basic stuff of the Bridje IoC. You can use this for many things. You can inject, for example, instead of one component, I want to inject all of them here, all of the components. I even can say all of the name service integer components out there, all of them, and what I'm going to do is to iterate through everyone and call the get name for each one of them. Okay, so this is another thing that you can do. You are not tied to injecting one component. You can inject all of them if you like. Okay, so in this case you see that he injected me an array of components, and I iterate through them, and since the third component I put a higher priority to it, it will be the first one injected, then the second component will be injected. If I switch the priority, I put them in the previous order. When I run this, you will see that the result pretty much changed, because this is now a lesser priority component than the second component. Okay, right, so this is the way that in version of control and dependency injection works. You can use this to create desktop applications, web applications, any kind of application that you want. Okay, in a way that is decoupled What this means is you can create functionality into private components like this, make this functionality available through service, okay, and then you can use that service into other components, and the framework will tie everything together, so everything were fine. Okay, so this concludes the basic demonstration. If you have further doubt, you can check out the wiki page that I put in here, as you can see. Okay, all the concepts are explained here, and you can create some application with it. Okay, so thanks for watching. This is all for today, and see you